UPSC don't repeat questions, but they repeat logic. We will try to decode that logic through CDS 2026 paper. And unlike other videos, we will try to solve at least 50 questions through logic, which will be highly relevant for your upcoming prelims examination. Let's start the video. Nearly all infants benefit from milk, but most adults cannot properly digest milk. If an elderly person can still digest milk, his body is producing enough of which enzyme? Cellulose, amylase, pectase, lactase. We all have eaten curd, and curd is made from lactobacillus. Similar sounding, it also starts from lacto, and there is lactase. Okay, so curd is formed through milk only. So the answer should be D, lactase. And we often heard also this person is lacto intolerant, that person is lacto intolerant, and they avoid milk. But from curd, I suppose everybody knows that curd is formed through a bacteria named as lactobacillus. So through this logic, we can arrive at the correct answer. The question number three, the antibiotic penicillin can kill invading bacteria without harming human cells because it targets bacterial cell wall, plasma membrane, ribosome, chromosome. Now, one thing which you need to understand is that any of the medicine that we want to take, those medicines should be safe for us. So, something which is not in our cell, that should the medicine target. We all know that the difference between a plant cell and animal cell is that we do not have a cell wall. So if the penicillin targets the cell wall, it will not harm us, it will harm the bacteria. So with this logic, you can arrive at the correct answer. Be always logical, that will help you to solve as much as question and you will never fail in prelims. Next question, question number 6. A world chess champion has curly hair, attached earlobes, freckles. Which one of the following traits is not likely to be passed on to his her offsprings? A. Chess skills. B. Curly hair. C. Attached earlobes. D. Freckles. See, chess skills doesn't depend on one thing. It will depend on a lot of things. Training, aptitude. It will depend on also the companionship, intelligence, and so many things. So it is not something that can be. If this used to happen, then Sachin Tendulkar's son would be as great cricketer as Sachin Tendulkar. Not just him, any other artist or sportsman. Such skills cannot be inherited as such. So the answer will be A, chess skills. Next question, question number 8. Consider the following statement with reference to manure and organic farming. Statement 1, vermicompost is rich in organic matter and nutrients. Statement 2, biofertilizers and biopesticides are not used in organic farming. Statement 3, crop rotation is beneficial in controlling insects, pests, and weeds. Seems logical. But wherever bio word will come, that means it is friendly to the environment, made from reused things, etc. So why it will not be used in organic farming? The statement 2 has to be wrong. When we eliminate the statement 2, that is, we will eliminate option C, we will eliminate option D. Vermicompost is rich in organic matter and nutrients. Yes, it will be. It seems logical. Crop rotation is beneficial in controlling insects, pests, and weeds. This also seems logical. So the answer will be B. We can eliminate simply by reading the statement carefully. Now let's see this question. Which one among the following pair of disease and their types is not correctly matched? Here we will try to understand the psyche of the examiner. Option A, polio viral disease. Option B, athlete's foot fungal disease. Option C, dengue fever non-viral disease. Option D, whooping cough bacterial disease. Now he is making all four options, not able to fit in something different. So he has made the option only different, deliberately make it wrong. Now everything you see here, fungal disease, viral disease, bacterial disease, but now here he has made the option itself in a negative connotation, non-viral disease, something he or she just manufactured it. Okay, and this seems very odd, something which is deliberately trying to make incorrect, even if you don't know that dengue fever comes from viral disease. But here is the logic. Try to see, the humans are making, even the AI makes, we can still find patterns. In AI, we can find patterns even with more ease. Okay, they are their words, their everything has a pattern. Humans still have a lot more spontaneity. Human mind is something which has immense depth and strength. Okay. Now let's see the next question. Question number 11. Which one of the following statements qualitatively explain the second law of motion? Expecting that many of you may not be from the science background or may not like the physics as a subject, but it is a very beautiful subject. Option A, the rate of change of angular momentum of a body is equal to the applied force. Option B, the rate of change of displacement of a body is directly proportional to the applied force. The rate of acceleration of a body is directly proportional to the applied force. The rate of change of momentum of a body the is equal to the applied force. Now, two options have momentum, option A and option D. Okay, so out of these two only, the answer will be. Okay, can you guess? Rate of angular momentum or momentum? See, in simple terms, the harder you push something, the faster it speeds up. But the heavier it is, the harder you have to push. Okay. So this is the simple meaning. So there should be momentum, not angular momentum. This is again a manufactured option. They have just added the angular word. Okay. Now let's see the next question. Which one among the following, question number 13, has the least coefficient of thermal conductivity? Least coefficient. H2, H2O, Cu, and Al. Now, Cu and Al, copper aluminum, cannot have least thermal conductivity, least coefficient of thermal conductivity. It's not possible. It can be from H2 or H2O, and logically, H2 has to be the answer. Okay, H2O is still, it's water, H2 is what? H2 is gas. Okay, with logic, you can at least eliminate the metals cannot have the least coefficient of thermal conductivity, and A and B are also very close, H to H2O. So out of these two only the answer should be. Okay. So you need to understand, yes, there are a lot of patterns. It's not just only all and this and that, but in the question itself, when they are making options, they are giving you a lot of clue. And once you solve 10 questions with these logics, 5 will become correct. You will come out victorious in this examination. Which one among the following generation of computers used microprocessors in their hardware technology? Second generation, third generation, fourth generation, and fifth generation. Okay, so second, third, fourth, and fifth generation. Second and third generations of anything is a bit older. Fourth and fifth generation we are talking about. Fifth generation specifically is about the more advanced technology, and microprocessor we are hearing now since time at least 1 or 2 decades in India. We are now hearing about microprocessor chips, etc. So it cannot be the fifth generation, but it has to be somewhere in between. The fourth generation can be the answer. We can apply logic. First, second generation didn't had such kind of sophisticated. The computers, etc., used to be very big as the size of rooms. And fifth generations we have now the uses of AI, etc. More advanced technologies are also coming. Let's see the next question. Question number 15. An X-ray beam can be deflected by an electric field, a magnetic field, an electric as well as magnetic field, neither an electric field nor a magnetic field. See, we use X-rays for what? To detect any kind of a issue that we have in the human body. We have X-rays. Now we do X-rays if there is a fracture, etc. or not, for medical purposes. So naturally it has to be something which doesn't get easily deflected with things. If it gets deflected, then it is not fit to use for such processes. So it neither gets affected or deflected by an electric field nor a magnetic field. That is why it is used. Okay. Otherwise, the examination that we do would not be correct. Electric and magnetic field is something which is present in the equipments and the processes. We also are electrically charged, so naturally it should not be deflected by. If you apply common sense as well, you can arrive at the correct answer. We should not rectify everything. If we rectify in CDS paper, we have more factual questions. It is a more factual nature of paper. One liner also comes, but in our UPSC, that's why I'm solving only the relevant questions which can also pop up in our examination. Question number 23. Consider the following statements. Concentrated H2SO4 is used as dehydrating agent in esterification reaction. You might not be knowing, it's a concept of 11th, 12th class. Statement 2. The hydrophilic part of soap is oil and it dissolves in water. Now here the trick comes, the logic. They interchange things. Hydrophilic, hydrophobic. So there is a massive chance that they had intermix. Instead of hydrophilic, instead of hydrophobic, they have written hydrophilic. Nickel is used as a catalyst in converting vegetable oil into fat. Now, this is something where they can easily fool us. If we eliminate this, B is gone, C is gone, A is gone, and only thing which is left is D. 1 and 3 only. Consider the following statements regarding bases and alkalis. All bases dissolve in water. Now, this is something which you can eliminate easily. This is something of a superficial generalization. If we eliminate the statement one, we can eliminate option A. We can eliminate option C. We are left with now the B and D. Now, after this, you cannot arrive at the correct answer because you need a bit of knowledge. But even if you have this much amount of knowledge, you can still come to a 50-50. You then need one knowledge only. That is base the second statement, bases which are soluble in water are called alkalis or not. This is a true statement. If you know this, then you can arrive at the correct answer. But even with the very basic logic, you can still eliminate the 50% of options. Okay. Now let's look at the next question. Question number 36. Which one of the following items comprise the major portion of revenue expenditure in budget 2025-26 of the Union Government of India? Option A, pension. Option B, interest payments. Option C, road transport and highways. And option D is defense services. Now, revenue and capital, you should know first. So things like road transport and highways cannot come into the revenue expenditure, which is recurring. Now, if I have to compare pension and interest payments, I will go with why. You can see that there is so much of noise. The deficit is increasing. So and so government has taken is in this much debt. Our debt is increasing at the central level, state level. So naturally, interest payment has to be one of the largest component. Logically, you don't need to cram everything. You can just simply, if you read a little bit of newspaper also, it is always in news. See the situation of the governments like the government of Madhya Pradesh, the government of Bihar, West Bengal, the debt, even the state of Kerala, the debt was rising, and even the central government debt. You see that's a huge problem. Okay, so apply some logic. Question number 37. Consider the following statements with respect to Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. Fasal Bima Yojana, it's about crop. Okay. Statement 1. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana provides risk insurance to farmers against crop damage due to non-preventable natural risk. Seems logical. Nothing is wrong in it. Statement 2. It provides a risk coverage of 2 lakh in case of death of the insured. No, how? It's about crop. It's not about death. It's not about injury. It's a something else scheme which the examiner has mixed. So we will eliminate this. Then the third is it ensures flow of credit to the agriculture sector. Seems logical. Last, provides risk coverage of 2 lakh for complete disability. Again, mixing some another scheme into this, not related to crop. Okay. So if we eliminate the statement 2 and 4, okay, we will eliminate the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana provides risk coverage of 2 lakh in case of death of insured. If we eliminate this, then we eliminate this. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana provides risk coverage 2 lakh for complete disability of the insured. then this is also gone. Now we are left with these two, and these two seems logical and correct. So the option C will be correct answer. Now let's see the next question. Question number 38. Which of the following statement with respect to gender inequality index is are correct? GII reflects gender-based disadvantage in work participation, property, and income dimension. Have you seen any indicator in which property is something which is calculated? Most of the indicators in the world try to capture the capabilities, potential, human development, not property. Have you seen any such indicator? Majority will not be such. So you need to eliminate this statement 1. If you eliminate this statement 1, option D is gone, option A is gone. Now we just have to see 3 is common in both. So just we have to see the option 2. GII reflects gender based disadvantage in reproductive health, empowerment, and the labor market dimension. Very easy to understand that it seems logical and perfect. Even if you don't know the value of GII range from 0 to 1 or 1 to 100 or 50 to 1000, if we know this, we will arrive at the answer, that is C. This is how you solve question. This is how you solve MCQs, not the way you are traditionally practicing. That's why I'm going end to end. Question number 39. The multidimensional poverty index is measured by. It is an index, okay? Multidimensional poverty. So naturally there will be varied indicators, varied human potential indicators. Option A, measuring each person's overlapping deprivation. Yes. Across the indicators in the health, education, and standard of living dimensions. This seems logical. Let's read other options. Option B, measuring each person's separate efficiencies across the indicators in the wealth. Again, wealth will not be something which is measured in such indicators. I told you in before question as well, wealth will not come. Option C, measuring each person's poverty on the indicators of health, happiness, and ownership of poverty is absolute. It's relative. So it cannot be, overlapping seems, deprivation seems logical. Poverty is not absolute. It's always a relative. Okay. Some indicator, something they have to make some parameters to compare deprivations, they have to multidimensional, so it cannot be one. Option D, measuring inequalities and deprivation in wealth, again came wealth, income. No. So option A will be the correct answer. Okay. Next, question number 40. The financial instruments that generate proceeds for investment in environmentally sustainable and climate suitable projects are called as green bonds. Yes, carbon. They are not just talking about carbon climate credit bonds. No, they are talking about investing in environment sustainable climate suitable projects. Green bond seems more logical. Social impact also doesn't seem more logical. Green bonds. We have read a lot about green bonds and masala bond. These two are very important for your upcoming examination as well. They will not ask just what is this bond. They will go a bit deeper in UPSC civil services. Some questions are of at least 30-40% questions. History questions are of level of the UPSC prelims. But if you see polity, etc., are a bit on lower side. Current affair is on almost similar level, but they have asked a lot of one-liners, which is not asked in UPSC prelims. But the pattern remains same. They are telling you this is the way we will be asking. They show you direction. Some of these things will get repeated. The logicness that will be inherent in any questions paper of UPSC. We are also highlighting some of the most important current affairs for your upcoming examination. Question number 41. Which one among the following sectors is included in the list of sunrise sectors in India? Sunrise means what? Something which is not yet established, but it is rising. It has potential. That's the definition that you can understand from the sunrise. Sun is just rising. Doesn't have a base. It's not a overhead sun. Option A, manufacturing. It's not something new. It has already, it is not developed according to the level of developed nations, but it is not something which is still rising, sunrise. It has a considerable base. Food processing sector, yes. Our, we have not even erected the base of food processing sector, and it has a lot of potential. Textile sector, very old industry, 200, 300, 400 years old. Services sector, so much flourished in India. So the answer has to be B. Understand the meaning of the question. This is the logic here. Let's see the question number 43. The government of India has announced a 6-year mission for Atmanirbhar Bharat self-reliance in pulse with a special focus to ensure 100% procurement at MSP of pulses they have told. Option A, Urad, soybean and masoor. Soybean, are you getting? No. B, Tur, Urad and Masoor, the three most important, most prominent pulses of India. Urad, Tur, and Tuar dal and Masoor dal. These are the three big threes of pulses. Option C, Masoor, Chana. Not that much. We eat Chana dal, but it's not a most prominent big three of India's pulses. In most of the houses, the pulses which are made are out of Tuar, Urad, and Masoor are the three most consumed one. Again, in option D, they have included soybean. Does you need to cram this? No. With the logic, the pulses, if they are including, they will include the most eaten one, most consumed one, most prominent one, and that will be option B: Tuar, Urad, and Masoor dal. Question number 44. Which one among the following statement correctly defines the infant mortality rates? Mortality, you must keep a check. This is the word which will give you answer. Option A, rate and mortality. That's it. IMR is the average number of infants born. No, mortality they are talking about. Option B, IMR is the average number of infants born in a year. Born again? No. IMR is the number of deaths of infants under 1 year old per thousand live births in a year. This seems logical. Option D, IMR is the number of deaths of infants under 1 year of age per year. Age per year. Where is the ratio? Rate it is. So there has to be a denominator. In the option C, there is a denominator per thousand live births. This seems, if there is a rate, if it is a ratio, how there will not be any denominator? So the answer has to be option C. Let's see question number 45. Which of the following indexes is used to assess the state of governance across the states and union territories? Option A, Sustainable Governance Index. Have you heard such term? Sustainable Development Index? Yes. Option B, E-Governance Index. They are not talking about technology, etc. They're just talking about comparing the state of governance across the states and union territories, not specifying just technology. Option C, urban governance, no, not specifying urban and rural. Option D, good governance index. This seems the most suitable one. Question number 46. Swami Vivekananda's speech in the World Parliament of Religions at Chicago in 1893 opened with which of the following words? Option A, Sisters and Brothers of America. Option B, Dear Citizens of the World. Option C, Brothers and Sisters of the World. Esteemed brothers and sisters. Where the of the world is coming? He is addressing the people of America, even though the delegates have come all across the world, but the people are generally of America. So he's addressing the people of America in Chicago. Okay. So, and he was a social reformer. So naturally, will try to put up some kind of an example for others. So he will try to address women's first. So sisters and brothers of America, making the people of America with this very beautiful line own, and there was huge clapping after it because earlier he was not given time in the beginning. There was not much understanding about what Indian civilization stands for. This one word changed the entire thing and perspective about the Sanatan civilization. Question number 47. Who among the following was called by Gandhiji as his Rajya Guru in May 1915? Gandhiji called Guru or political Guru. He learned from one figure. He always talked about him. That was Gopal Krishna Gokhale. That was Gopal Krishna Gokhale. There should not be any doubt about it. Question number 60. Question number 48. With reference to the Swadeshi movement, consider the following statements. Statement 1. The Swadeshi movement had its genesis in the anti-partition movement, which was started to oppose the British decision to partition of Bengal. That's very logical and you all must be knowing it. Statement 2. Aurobindo Ghosh was in favor of extending the movement to the rest of India and carrying it beyond the program of just Swadeshi and boycott to a full-fledged political mass struggle. You should just know one thing. This seems logical if Aurobindo Ghosh belongs to an extremist faction. If he belongs to extremist faction, he will try to involve more number of people and get the freedom or Swaraj as soon as possible. If Aurobindo Ghosh is one of the extremists, yes, he was one of the extremists. That's why he was sentenced also for a conspiracy. So this seems logical. If he was a moderate, then it will be incorrect. So even if you know who are moderates, who are extremists, a lot of questions can be made correct. Now let's see the next question. Question number 49. With reference to the Junagadh inscription of Rudradaman, consider the following statements. Statement 1. The script of this inscription is Kharoshti and the language is Prakrit. Junagadh is not in Afghanistan or nearby region of Afghanistan. In nearby region of Afghanistan, we know that Kharoshti was used. For other places, most of the time, Brahmi was used. Okay, and Kharoshti script and Prakrit, does it matches? No. So the statement 1 should be incorrect. If we eliminate that, we will arrive at the option B, that is 2 only. We don't need to know anything else if you know just. And how they are manufacturing, see the statements. It is undated inscription. Dated inscription, it is he or she has just written un. They are also human beings. Okay, if you go inside their psychology, you can solve a lot of questions, and then pre will become the easiest stage. For me, it was the easiest stage out of all. Question number 52. With reference to the Rani Gumfa cave, Odisha, consider the following statements. Rani Gumfa cave is a plain and contain no murals or sculptures. Is it possible? Have you heard about any cave where there is no mural, no sculpture? It is plain, nothing is there. Then what we are doing in that cave? Something is there, and that's why archaeologists went there. Okay. Statement one has to be incorrect. Okay. So if you eliminate this, you are left with option B. That is 2 only. You don't need to know anything else. These are very easy question. Bagor. Bagor is a place in the Rajasthan itself. This is a question from NCRT, Burja Home and Kufkaral, sixth class NCRT. I'm not talking about higher ones. And that's why to all my students, I always say that read the sixth class NCRT. And that's why in all our notes that we in modules, we included NCRT. NCRT is very important. People say what is written in NCRT is also written in your standard books. That's not true. Many of the questions that have come in NCRTs have come from side boxes, from diagrams, which are not there in the mainstream book. That's the truth. They have tried to include as well, but these are the thin books written in a very beautiful manner. If you read it, you can retain it for a very long time. Can you retain the entire spectrum? No. NCRTs you can 100% retain, and it fetches you a great amount of result. I always used to give respect to these books. Question number 58. Consider the following statements about the Gupta administrative system. Statement 1. The Gupta kings assumed imperial titles such as Maharaja Dhiraja, Param Bhattarka, and Parameshwara. Yes, most of the kings try to have such big titles. Maharaja Dhiraja, the kings of the kings. Statement 2. The Gupta kings also connected themselves with the gods through epithets such as Param Devata and Param Bhagavata. The Guptas are the ones from where the temples and the Hinduism, the Sanatan again came into force. So this again seems logical. Okay, so both are correct. Option C, both 1 and 2. Again, a question from basic NCRT. This is a question which was so much expected in 2020-21, but they have asked now. Baswana and the Lingayatism and what they are called as Veer Sevas. There is a place in Bangalore called as Baswangudi. Very important fact. Question number 61. With reference to the Industrial Revolution, consider the following statement. Statement 1. The Industrial Revolution saw the replacement of handicrafts by power driven machinery. Yes. That's why machine came. Na? Statement 2. The industrialized countries became dependent upon other countries for the supply of raw material necessary for their industry. Yes, that's why they started making colonies, and India also became a supplier of raw material. Statement 3. Large scale production started with the help of machinery in factory. Yes, factories only could make that possible. All three seems logical. Answer has to be D, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Now we will see question number 65. Which of the following factors were responsible for the rise of Magadha as the most powerful Mahajanpada during 6th century BCE? Region of productive agriculture, yes. Now also Indo-Gangetic is one of the most fertile regions of the world. Statement 2, accessibility to iron ore, iron mines. In Jharkhand, we always cram that there are so many iron mines, Singhbhum and whatnot. Jharia and Bokaro and Mayurbhanj. There are so many minerals in these places. Na? Mayurbhanj, Odisha, Jharkhand, there's a connected. Na? I'm telling places of some of the Odisha as well. And there is so many. There is a place in Jharkhand known as the Lohardaga. In the Hazari Bagh also, there are so many minerals which are available. Hazari Bagh is a plateau. Ranchi is on made on the Chota Nagpur plateaus. And plateaus are the regions where so many metals, and Jharkhand suffers from resource curse. I have given you so many facts which is important for prelims. Availability of elephants in the region, yes, now also the regions of Chayabasa, Nitrahat, Hazaribagh, all these places are famous for elephants in at that time though the region had on a lot of elephants. And yes, all of them helped. Elephants, after seeing the elephants, the Alexander said, there is a king, the minister of Alexander said, after fighting Porus, he had some handful of less than 100 or something elephants. And to win Porus, he had to sweat a lot. Then the minister says, there is another king, Mr. Alexander, you have to just cross the Ganges and you will meet a king, Dhanananda, who had 3,000 plus elephants. Alexander said, okay, we have won now so many things. I don't have that much of now energy to fight with 3,000 plus elephants. Almost 20, 30 times of the number of elephants that Porus had. Question number 69. Consider the following statements regarding volcanic cones. Statement 1. During volcanic eruption, acid lava cones are formed by highly viscous lavas. Okay. Viscous lavas have high mobility and can travel for long distance. Do you have any basic understanding also of what is viscosity? Honey is called as viscous. If you throw honey, will it flow very fast, have high mobility? Water is less viscous. If you throw it, splashes. Anything which is viscosity, more viscous, it will have high mobility. It's against the basic, very basic, sixth class science. Statement 2, if you make it incorrect, you will arrive at option C, 1, 3, and 4, and that's the answer. Do you need to know so much of the things? No. No, my friend. Match list 1, list 2, and select the answer using the code given below. I am someone who doesn't love these kinds of facts, but I still will tell you how we can still arrive at the correct answer. Forest Research Institute's location. Tropical Forest Research Institute, Prayagraj, I don't know. Rainforest Research Institute, Jorhat. Himalayan Forest Research Institute, Jabalpur. Forest Research Center for Eco Rehabilitation, Simla. Himalayan, I will try to apply logic. Prayagraj, mein, there is no Himalaya, Jorhat, Jabalpur. Shimla, yes, there is Himalaya. So C should have 4. C should have 4. So I have A or C. Now, rainforest research institute should be in places where there is more rainfall. And Prayagraj is not some place where there is a lot of rainfall, or even Jabalpur. But Jorhat is a place in Assam. There seems to have more rainfall. So the rainforest research institute should be in Jorhat, and that is there in both the options. Now I am left with Tropical Forest Research Institute and Forest Research Center for Eco Rehabilitation. Now, Tropical Forest Research Institute also tropical forest they are talking about, and there is a lot of forest in Madhya Pradesh. So, if I have to take a guess, I will go with Tropical Forest Research Institute. I will try to go with Jabalpur, and then I may arrive at the correct answer. But I am just giving you a methodology through which you can think and still arrive at the factual questions answer also, even if you do not know. Try to connect the dots. Just I'm trying to give you a methodology. You may not connect to it, but if some people also can connect to this logic as well, maybe you can arrive at some questions answer 1 or 2, and you can save your 1 year. That's only my agenda. Question number 76. Which of the following statements about the black soils of India are correct? Statement 1. Black soils cover most of the Deccan Plateau. It can be most of the. It's being humble. Yes, in Hyderabad, nearby regions, you see there is black soils. Statement 2, also known as regur, they are generally clay, DPN, impermeable. Regur and impermeable. Since they are impermeable, rain-fed crops do not grow well in black soils. Now, since they are impermeable, rain-fed crops do not grow well in black soil. This is something which you should apply logic. Now, is black soil impermeable? First of all, is black soil impermeable? What is the water retention ability of black soil? Uh, is black soil something which is able to retain water? If it is able to retain water, because it is in most of the areas where there is not huge amount of rainfall, so it is still having a lot of crops, then it must hold water. So impermeability is something which seems logical. That's why there is still there are a lot of crops that grow because they can retain water. If it is permeable, it will go down. Impermeable, that's why they hold water. So since they are impermeable, rain-fed crops do not grow well in black soil is absolutely wrong. Rain-fed crops will grow because they are holding water. So statement 3 is incorrect. Statement 3 is incorrect. And if we eliminate statement 3, A, 1 and 2 only seems logical. Regular is something which is given in the NCRTs as well. Okay. It's a very basic fact. Question number 80, the easiest question, which among the following pairs of national parks and locations not correctly matched? Option D, Kebul Lamjao or Arunachal Pradesh, not. Kebul Lamjao is famous for what? Fumdis? Okay. The Fumdis, they look like a solid island, but it's like floating on the water. And there is a Sangai, which is also called as dancing deer. And it is the state animal of Manipur. So it is in Manipur, and this is a very very important national park which I have covered when I was covering the Prayas lectures and Map to Mark series. I have covered thoroughly everything, the national parks and protected areas which is there in the news in the Map to Mark series. Everything, nothing will come out of it. Just revise it. Okay. Question number 83. Consider the following statements about the Sargasso Sea. It is the only sea without a land boundary. This is a fact which we, most of us, know. Statement 2, the Sargasso Sea records the lowest salinity in the Atlantic Ocean. When it is a sea without a land boundary, how it will have lowest salinity? Salinity reduces when there is a land. When there is a land, there will be fresh water, a river, etc., which will flow in the water and salinity will reduce. How it will be in a place where there is a sea where without a land boundary? It cannot be a place where lowest salinity is there. Seems illogical. A, one only will be the answer. Okay. Let's see the next question. Question number 86. Consider the following statements about the position of Chief of Defense Staff. Very important current affairs. He is the head of the Department of Military Affairs within the Ministry of Defense. He is the permanent chairman of Chief of Staff Committee. He does not exercise any military command over the three services chief. How he will exercise the military command? Chief of Defense Staff is for convergence. So he is the permanent chairman of Chief of Staff Committee. Yes, then only convergence will be there. He is the head of Department of Military Affairs within the Ministry of Defense. Yes, he is. He is for convergence. So he's not exercising any military command. That will be done by the separate officers of army, navy, the chiefs of them, the generals of them. Okay, not by the chief of defense staff. So it seems logical, and thus option D, all three are correct. Question number 90. Which one among the following statements regarding the fundamental rights of the Constitution of India is not correct? They provide for equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. Yes. They guarantee freedom of conscience and free profession, practice, and propagation religion. Yes. They prohibit discrimination on the grounds only of religion, race, and caste. Where does the sex and place of birth went? Only, only. There should be alarm. This is the incorrect one. Question number 91. Consider the following statement regarding the amendment procedure under Article 368 of the Constitution of India. Statement 1. Constitutional amendment bill can be introduced in either house of parliament. Okay. Constitution amendment bill should be passed in each house by a majority of the total membership of that house and by a majority of not less than two-thirds of the member of that house present and voting. Statement 3. All constitutional amendment bill must be ratified by the legislature not less than half of the states. Then to ho gaya. We have differing process. This is for the something which needs rigidity, which needs which is cornerstone of federalism. If we eliminate this, we are left with A and B. Okay. So with this, through logic, try to eliminate and arrive at the correct answer. Don't try to cram everything. Don't try to cram everything. Go in a logical way. My idea of these videos is to develop a logical mind. I'm not here to give you answers and solutions and knowledge. For knowledge, yes, I have made a lot of videos on YouTube and I have so many of the courses uh, through which I have given a lot of knowledge. But this is one session which I know you all have a lot of knowledge, but I'm just trying to develop a logical brain in all of you. Question number 94. Consider the following statement with regard to the UN peacekeeping operation. Statement 1. The power to authorize a peacekeeping operation is exclusively vested with the General Assembly. What? Then what is UNSC doing if exclusively General Assembly is such a big power? Statement 2. UN peacekeeping operations are deployed with the consent of the main parties to the conflict. Yes, naturally. UN is not. How can they take up the sovereignty? Okay, so consent is needed. This seems logical. B2 only should be the answer. Okay. Question number 99. Which one of the following statements about beam stack is not correct? Option A, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Myanmar, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Thailand are member states of beam stack. तो हो गया. Pakistan is here, then where we will? SARC is already dead because of Pakistan and we are pushing beam stack. If Pakistan is here also, then why we are pushing beam stack? When India and Pakistan are there, it becomes a bilateral kind of a conflict. And that's why SARC died almost. So A has to be the answer. Okay, be logical, my friend. Question number 103. Which of the following acts behavior shall account to sexual harassment as per the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013? These laws try to cover as many nuances as possible. So they are wider, always, always. Statement 1. Verbal remarks of sexual nature, yes. Non-verbal conduct of sexual nature, yes. Physical conduct of sexual nature, yes. All three seems logical. Option C. Did you need to read current affairs magazine for it? No, absolutely not. Develop logical mind. Option C, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Question number 108. Which of the following statement about government program schemes is are correct? Skill training of rural youth is a program meant for improving skills of the rural youth in different thematic areas of agriculture. We don't know. Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, National Rural Livelihood Mission focus on creating income generation opportunity for self-help groups, women. Okay. Startup Village Entrepreneurship Program is meant for creating and enabling rural business development ecosystem for supporting all women except for those engaged in SHGs. What pap they have done SHGs women? Why there will be an initiative which will involve entrepreneurship and eliminate self-help groups? Self-help groups need more help and their entrepreneurship can be developed more easily because they are organized. We can have entrepreneurship. Funds can also be joined and they can move together. Skills can be joined. Okay. It's a illogical thing. If you eliminate 3, you arrive at option B, 1 and 2 only. Did we need to cram this? No, absolutely no. Question number 114. The Sujalam Bharat app, Sujalam Bharat app launched in December 2025 aims at monitoring irrigation facilities being provided to farmers, achieving the goal of cleaning river water, resolving the grievance related to drinking water supply in the NCT of Delhi. Why there will be initiative just for NCT of Delhi? Sujalam, Suflam, Malayaja Sitalam. I had made a video on Vande Mataram as well. So Jalam means the rich in water. My place having good water. Sujalam, Suflam, Malayaja Sitalam. Transforming rural drinking water governance. This seems logical. Rural water governance so that people have clean water, not just irrigation facilities and just cleaning river as we have Namami Gange or something different. Why there will be just for NCT of Delhi? And transforming rural drinking water governance is something which is more wider and it is addressing the meaning of Sujala. No, just understand Vande Mataram question will come. Not just you made Vande Mataram. May not come that directly, but in this way it will help you. Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO and Rashtriya Raksha University have signed a memorandum of understanding in December 2025. Which of the following statement is are correct in the context of the MOU? The statement one, the MOU aims to foster collaboration in the areas of training and technology, support for defense and internal security. Okay. RRUs in institution eminence under the Ministry of Education, Government of India. यही करते हैं गड़बड़. That's how they make it. यूनिवर्सिटी है तो एजुकेशन में ही होगा, बट इट इज नॉट विद रिस्पेक्ट टू एजुकेशन. यूनिवर्सिटी में नहीं आता है. ओके. And this is something which you need to understand. They will, in majority of the questions, they will no, do this ministry is wrong. It will be written in wrong manner. It is under Ministry of Home Affairs. Just for your knowledge. A question for 120, the majority of the people will solve it right. Cricket fanatics. Also, we will release timely the videos. In every 3 day one video will come, and we will be solving 2022 prelims paper of civil services 21, 20, 19, 18 end to end. And thus we need just one help. Don't just watch the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our videos, comment on our videos. It helps us. We are giving you a something which is not present in the YouTube. That's why we have come. Nobody has covered end to end these many questions and videos and solved so many questions. Even in courses you will not find so many hours of courses. And we are also releasing, mind you, CSET videos, CSET power series, and more videos will come. We are helping you. We will release the most important topics list as well. Me, along with the AIR 47, my student Preeti Chauhan is working on that as well. So please help us. Myself, Aditya, founder of Karmyogi IS, I wish all of you a good health.